This is Fernando reporting for COMA Magazine. I'm sitting over here at Colorado Goth Fest 2016 with Kommunity FK, legendary death rock band from 1978 till the present day. Now that was an amazing fucking performance by all of you. I was just blown away. Yeah. I mean, it was like
how far away, baby?
Well, I was blown away back to the Orgasmonauts, but we'll talk about that later.
My community.
Now, no, I like how you incorporated.
Sativa love box.
Yep. Exactly. So I like how you incorporate a lot of the old, legendary songs, like, of course, the #1, like "Somebody Inside Me Died" or "Something Inside Me Died." I'm sorry.
Somebody dies inside you.
Somebody's always going to die inside you, no matter what. You stuff them up in there, they're going to die. But okay, so and then I heard songs off of the New Tribe, which is your latest release, and I want to talk a little bit.
Image and the Myth.
I want to talk about the Image and the Myth. Now let's talk about the Image and the Myth for a second. What do you have to say about that, anybody?
About what?
About the Image and the Myth off of the New Tribe. Yeah. What is like the big meaning behind it? Your message that you're trying to send out? Like I've seen the videos. They're totally awesome. Fucking videos.
We have gone back to DIY. Like we've never left it.
Right.
We've never sold out to, with any corporation, whatever, to make tons of money. That's not the point. As a band, we would like it, but we would never, even so, if we had the backing, we would do it correctly to the aesthetic of it.
The image is dig it,
but
live your life, but keep your eyes fucking open. The Image and the Myth. Live your life, but don't let some motherfucker come along and close your eyes and put a blinder over you and tell you who to fucking live for, who to fucking follow, who to fucking dig. Dig your own world. We're only here for 75 to 100 years. It's really short. Short.
Dig your own world until you dig your own grave.
There you go.
Off the roof.
Unless become cremated.
Off your roof and to your grave, motherfucker. Really? I mean, come on.
But
know your shit. Get educated. Love your music. Dig your shit. Know who's trying to control you, and say, look, that's cool. That's not. Dig it.
When I decided to call the album "The Image and the Myth," this is our 38th year anniversary of Kommunity FK.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. When I started the band, it was 1978, in the wilderness of the streets of Hollywood, the piss-smelling streets of Hollywood. And,
$50 in his pocket.
And it was considered the post-punk era. And
the punks.
but so many things have been said about this band, and because of the way I presented myself, or just because the way I presented myself is the way I am, they have these perceptions of who I am. They don't know me. It's like that saying, like, you don't know me, man.
That's it.
Like, I'm Maury Povich. You don't know me. You don't know me.
That's the image. That's it.
But the myth is
okay.
Do you know how many rumors I started about us, like in the last 2 weeks? I started 12. I only got 3 back. 3! I used to hit like 8 back in our fucking my little social world. There you are. Where were you?
okay, anyway, so
We're talking about the myth.
yeah, so a lot of things have been said about me, a lot of things have been said about the band. There's some books coming out where these guys are saying this is the history of LA death rock and all that stuff. And there's people who think that they had known me or rubbed up against me, and think that they knew me. But that's part of the whole title of the album. It's like, well, we have the image of me, and there's the myth of the band.
Yeah.
So let's play with that.
Okay, so let's play with that. Okay,
Yes.
since 1978, by the way. I mean, Jesus. You guys started the death rock scene. I was 4 years old.
Whoa,
I was alive. Okay. I was 4 years old. You guys are starting a fucking death rock scene in LA. I mean, it's like you got bands like Christian Death following after you. Like, I mean, this was 1978. It wasn't even. You know.
Ross is very sweet.
Ross is dependable.
And Eva's very nice.
I bet. I wish I would have seen some shows. You know. I mean, you have Andy Sex Gang doing his thing. Yeah, Car Crash International. Of course, that was Dave. Yeah, he's up. It's a bloody 20 ticket.
No, he's
it's like, no, Dave, I'm not paying 20 bucks for that.
Yeah.
Okay, but so you have this fucking this rich fucking death rock culture coming out of fucking, you know, California, coming in from England. You know,
there was the same, there was that same kind of magic interjecting amongst itself from continents. With, you know, Ollie, Specimen, and John
Specimen, fuck yeah.
They started the Batcave. They just wanted to have a
alien sex fiend. I mean, we could go on.
But what happened was they started a club night in honor of Bowie. It was all about Bowie.
Oh wow.
That's where goth kind of originates, because when Bowie got dark, because he was all drugged out, he did Diamond Dogs. It's one of the most darkest goth albums of all time, but no one. A lot of the noobs today should get on that.
Your death rock Bat Club fucking card.
I saw
hold it right there. You talked about the noobs today. So the point I was trying to make before, I mean, towards my next question was going to be, from 1978 to the noobs today, what are some of the most major changes, at least for the positive or the negative aspects, have you seen, like, growing and, you know, culturing this scene?
Digital hard media.
Well, besides that,
digital media.
Well, here's one of the things.
That's the record industry.
It's a good
those are the two biggest slaps of all time.
It's good and bad.
The Whores of Babylon. Those are the Whores of Babylon. Okay? But originality. Originality is the most important aspect of any movement.
True.
Be it music, art.
It's easy to get lost.
What have you, you know.
It's very easy to get lost.
But so it's so easy to imitate. It's so easy to emulate. But when it comes down to it, do you have anything to say? I mean, if you have anything to say, then you've got something.
Exactly.
The bands that, and I get this a lot, okay? People ask me, Pat, they go like, Patrick, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? I go, well, dude, that guy sounds like Robert Smith. That guy sounds like Ian Curtis. God bless Ian Curtis. God bless, you know, Bowie and all those guys. Peter Murphy,
like
you know.
Murphy,
why can't you just be yourself and still be dark and still have these elements of what we created and take it your own way?
It's sad because so many people can't find out like what really fucks with them. They can't tell you what fucks with them. They're being told.
And what was fucking with them, a lot of people didn't make it through.
It's very sad. He was awesome.
We can talk about Ross later.
We love telling
you guys are still here. Well, fucking killer ass fucking set.
Unfortunately.
You know, I was like, wow, you know, teenage me was just like,
aww.
Well, I couldn't go beautiful. Then let me elaborate.
So from past to present, you got Christopher over here kicking ass on drums.
He's one of the elements. He's a terrible guy.
Is that part of the new tribe?
Brian Keith is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
you were badass too.
But Brian's been.
There was a good chemistry.
Here's the thing. Okay, we deliberately left the piss-smelling slum of Hollywood.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah, I know.
I live here.
So get me, okay?
Did you hit like the 8 smell you couldn't identify?
I think there was more than that.
That's a raw discussion. We'll talk about that later. We left because it was dead, and we saw it coming. We saw it in the 90s that it was dead. So we left. We ended up in Albuquerque, but in the desert.
We love Albuquerque. We go out there all the time.
So we left and we went there, and it was appropriate for us. So then we needed to further our agenda.
Yeah.
So we were faithfully introduced to this gentleman, Brian Keith. And
very talented bassist.
He's a great bass player.
He's a fucking great guitar player.
But he originally a guitar player.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He was cool enough to play bass.
Yeah, he wanted to do this, and so now 5 years later he's still with us.
See the hollow body this motherfucker is. Strings.
So, that being said,
the white hollow.
That being said, we got an email, I don't know, about 4 years now, probably 4 years ago, from a gentleman who said, I will drive from the East Coast to audition to play Kommunity FK as a drummer.
Those ones said I was in my fucking car rotation at this very moment. If you don't believe me, ask my wife.
Yeah, so we played it off. We went, you know what, I think I can East Coast. I don't know. How's that going to work? You know?
Yeah.
So I just don't know. It's not the
not bad.
It's being from the East Coast as a person and your personality. No, I just thought, how could that work?
But I never let him.
We're in Southwest.
So he shows up.
I never let him forget that email ever. I was all like,
he kept referring to it. I kept putting it off.
It's my fault. It's your fault.
I'm going, this is not logistic. It's not happening. You know, it's not going to work. I kept thinking, well, I know some guys who would probably do it. You know, but they weren't good enough. So we finally, she goes, you know what?
Get that motherfucker.
We gotta let's contact them. Let's see what happens. So contacted this gentleman, and he was so game, and he was so gracious, and he came out, and we gave him a go. And we looked at each other and the theater, and we just went. No, this guy. No. Here's the most important thing about being in Kommunity FK, though, and why others are not.
It's fate. It's
fate.
It's a four fucking letter word.
And it's also, let's see,
It's obviously a legacy as well.
It's sensibility.
Yeah.
You have to have a sensibility to play Kommunity FK.
And Brian had the sensibility, really quick. Brian owned a goddamn fucking killer club in Albuquerque. He kept the fucking rock and roll
for 7 years.
What's the name of the club?
The Blackbird.
The Blackbird.
The Blackbird in Albuquerque.
The Blackbird did that. Motherfucker had rock and roll going all the time. And we were supposed to meet someone else there. And he told his patrons in his venue, see those freaky people at the end of the bar drinking vodka and sodas? I bet they're musicians, and I'm going to jam with those guys someday. And one day, he walked up. We were supposed to meet someone else there on Valentine's Day. Brian walked up, introduced himself, gave us a drink, said, I'm the owner of this bar. I know you're meeting such and such. And we have been locked like this since that moment.
Yeah.
So that is like fate.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
total fate. Fate.
Yeah.
Fate.
I'll tell you a little story about
Fate.
that. So,
I was supposed to be on tour, and I met
this is
Sassel.
Christopher Mele, M-E-L-E.
So Pat's told you a very accurate story. One piece that he left out was I had an opportunity to actually meet the band well before I went out. Met with them. We played together. And, growing up in New York City, it was kind of a thing where there were bands that were staples, and this was one of those bands that I grew up listening to. So it was
same here.
So it was a kind of weird thing, to be in a position where you play with music that shaped your listening curve.
Well, in your email, you said you had the CD in your car.
Like actual influences that influenced you.
Sure. You know, all
made you want to play some music or something.
Listen, being from New York, you go through, the goth bands, you go through, funk, rock, hardcore bands. So they came in on October for Halloween. And I was talking about that a lot. Really forced my way. I never really met Brian before. And I took my brother who was with me and said, that guy, I want to play with that guy. He's an amazing bass player. And before I even been introduced to Brian, I said, you did an amazing job.
No, he held that whole show together. We did.
Versus NYC.
NYC. Halloween.
It's been a rhythmic love affair. It's true. But it was a real honor. It was a real, to me, consider it one of my accolades in music. Really good.
Well, and to be part of such a good chemistry.
also history.
You can hear it, you know, you can hear when you guys play. We're probably going to wrap up this interview soon, but I'd like to ask, what is the future of Golden Store for Kommunity FK? What do you have, like, any future plans?
Yeah, we do, of course.
Let's talk about that.
We're co-headlining a major goth festival August 27th at the Oakland Metro Opera House in Oakland, California, with Planet Landmarks.
Oh, fuck it. That's right, I know. I was like,
yeah, so it's going to be that and plus like 9 other bands.
You guys have been
bands.
talking a lot over like last 2 years.
So that's the next performance, which gives us a lot of time in between. I've been working on a brand new Kommunity FK album. It's going to be called Magica Mysteria Maxima. And so that will be the new album. I don't know when it's going to be out, but we have 5 tracks, so I've composed 5 tracks already. And the way that this works is that I will compose the tracks and then bring them to the band, and then we will take that from there. So we'll see what happens with that. We are going to do a couple videos, which I haven't told these guys yet, they have no idea. But we're going to do a couple videos. One of the filmmakers from the Killing Joke camp is very interested in us.
Nice.
And he just did
He's
a
in
book.
He's in their new book.
I'm going to be in the new book about Killing Joke. The guy asked me to be in it.
Love those guys.
Because our first big break was 1981, August 28th, at the Whiskey opening for Killing Joke.
And they've told Pat every band is like sucked that open for us. So we would love to.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to be in this book, and because of that, the guy wants to do our next video, one of them. So we're talking about that, and
Which track?
I don't know yet. But the other thing is also we may tour with Killing Joke.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So we're looking forward to that.
Or UK,
Magic elements are
DK,
occurring. So that's something that we're hoping will happen. If it doesn't, we'll have life. But I think it might. The other thing too is that
we just keep going.
this band, Kommunity FK, as a vessel, as a portal, does us. It does me. I can't stop. I'm trying stopping it, but
Obviously.
doesn't work.
1978,
But-
2016.
Yes. But one of the last things I want to interject with, and
Death Rock will never die.
No, of course not. How could it? It's eternal.
Hello, look at yourself.
I want to talk about an artist named Troy Palmer, who's a colleague of mine, he's a great artist.
Okay. Troy Palmer?
Yeah. He is from this area, and we're talking about maybe doing some remixes. He's going to do a remix of a brand new track. So he's something to watch out for. Troy Palmer is a visual artist.
Is that High Tower, Bipolar?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, maybe one of those songs. Yeah, maybe. But he's
See,
someone
we
to
don't
watch out
even
for.
know. We have no idea.
No, he's a great visual artist, and
Yeah, he records an album. He walks in and says, "Here, listen to this." I write down the chords really quick, and he hits record.
and she has to deal with
freaking
it.
album,
So
I did this though. I'll send one story.
and he gets it live. He gets it live.
lastly,
My wife thinks I'm nuts. Because
he is nuts.
I am nuts.
Terrible guy. Terrible.
Well, it's her birthday tomorrow, right?
Yes. Wife is a 4-letter word. W-I-F-E.
It's alright, you'll sleep on the plane, right?
So,
Never.
most people wouldn't understand just the kind of dovetail the past. Like, people would understand why drummer from New Jersey working for a band from LA or a band from anywhere
Pretty crazy.
west of Trenton, right? So,
West
my
of
wife-
where?
west of Trenton, Jersey. So my wife, is always these Albuquerque people don't get it. So showed her a live video. Patrik playing something Siamese died with his original band. 80 something.
Yeah, he bought it. It's out there. I've seen it.
Bands fucking up all over the place. They're laughing about it. Pat's vocal was magical. Gentleman happens to have a golden throat, and you know it.
I like that spiky hair.
Right.
Yeah, that was,
I knew that was a musician.
no one looked like that then, though. You have to remember that. No one looked like that. It was egg whites.
As a, support musician, you look for the golden thread. You can work your ass off back there. You don't have the guys in front of you.
Yeah.
You can deliver. You're just wasting everything. So I this live footage. It was shitty. It was a handy cam. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the person with like a fucking Walkman. I mean, who knows? And my wife turns to me and she goes, "I get it."
Aww.
To have that support.
That's a lot of support.
And you have to remember that this gentleman, I've never met him before. He was at email, and it came full circle to where, you know what, we need a professional, we need a guy with this desire and love and intent for the right purposes to be in this group. Because this group, like Killing Joke, as an example, they're brothers.
Yeah.
And it's eternal.
Exactly.
I mean, the legacy will never die.
Yeah, so that's that. So there you go.
Thank you very much, Patrik.
Thank
To
you.
the rest of Kommunity FK. Fernando for COMA. Signing out from Colorado Goth Fest 2016.
We support you.